what logo? I'm like, damn, she disappeared. Hey, you know what I realized today? I was thinking about. We have motion, yo. Because anytime we say something, especially if it's not about nothing good about somebody's team, they mad as hell, boy. Our opinion matters. Our opinion matters. I don't care what nobody say. Every time I look up, if I say something, Nick say something, Lo say something, y'all mad as hell. What up, Lamar?
What up,
That's
Lamar?
not even me trying to like pump my. I just noticed it. I just noticed it. There's always a different fan base matter that's about something. We just be speaking truth. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's it. Look at Nick. Nick ready to fire off. We're gonna have us a fun.
I was saying, they was mad at me today. I was speaking facts. I said Angel got 2 rings. She got 2 rings.
Oh God, we're gonna talk about that when we start talking about Unrivaled. We got us a fun. We got a. You funny as hell. You wasn't the only person on that shit today with Angel and the winning in the Unrivaled. You was not the only one. I definitely noticed that. But we got us a fun show. You know, we got a bracket. We're gonna break down this bracket real quick. We got a late trade that happened on Sunday. We got Unrivaled. We got Asia drama. But man, welcome back. Yeah, we do. Welcome back to the Best Damn W Show, episode 31. I'm your host, Jay. I got my brother and my sister, Lo and Nick, and my other brother on the ones and twos, Wiley. What's happening? What's happening? As y'all filing in. What up, though? Look at Lo with her hat on and her natural right there and her juju.
Y'all know what the fuck it is, okay? Y'all know what the fuck going on around here.
Oh shit!
Big
what
Jew,
up?
not the little, but we gonna get into it.
Yeah. What up? What up? Thomas.
Big
Wiley, how you doing over there, Wiley?
The show. What?
What? What are you talking about? He just be coming in.
Thomas hating on Judea now.
Oh God!
Is that what we going with it?
Is that what we doing? We're not doing that.
Tom, who do you like? Who do you like?
Oh, because I called him Thomas. you get canceled after every show. Yeah, it's a part of
it. Damn. But we're gonna one real quick. If y'all haven't, our bracket, man, I should have had the link ready. While if you can get that link ready, you can put it in the chat. Our bracket challenge. First place, second place, third place, first place gonna get a $50 gift card to Nike. Second place.
Yo, shout out to the people who are participating though. Y'all taking that shit
shout out to y'all. No, definitely for real. But y'all know you gotta subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Best Damn W Show. While if you can put them links in the chat, I would appreciate you doing that, my man, once you find them. But man, it's gonna be fun. We got prizes 10, 50, 25, and $10 for first place, second place, third place. But we're gonna get started with our bracket. We're gonna talk about this bracket, fill it out, and then move on. We're gonna move on this thing. Don't y'all get mad. You know, we're gonna have some takes. I know Nick and Lo got some shit for y'all. I know that for a fact. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be fun. Let's get this shit started, man. Can y'all see that?
Barely.
Well, it's all good. They gonna be able to see it. If people are gonna be listening, we're just talking about the bracket. We got the bracket up. We're gonna do a show bracket just to follow along and shit like that. Get those clips ready, Wiley Media. Listen, man, the first one, man, is I think a lot of this stuff is gonna be pretty much self-explanatory. I don't think it's really too much to have to talk about, really. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Can y'all see it better now?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd do it like that. So we got the first one, UCLA versus I don't know who these teams are. I'm pretty sure we're in agreement that UCLA is gonna win that one. What about this Richmond and Georgia Tech? Nick is for real like the resident college watcher because he be knowing about teams that I know I don't know. Then Lo be like, I don't know either, so I don't feel bad about that.
Tech.
I was gonna say I don't know much about Richmond, but I heard that they were a good team. But when you look at, I mean, Georgia Tech was one of the best teams in the ACC this year. I think they really went under the radar, especially when you're in a conference with Notre Dame, NC State, Duke, Florida State. So yeah. I get it, but I'm agreeing with Lo here. I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech. Obviously, like an 8-9 matchup is always even, anyways. But I'm gonna go Georgia
like
Tech.
a 4-5 type thing in like regular basketball for real. Ole Miss, Ball State. I think we all going Ole Miss here for some reason.
Coach Yo.
And just so y'all know, we ain't really talked about, like, we've talked, but we haven't really talked about it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know.
I'll be real, man. Coach, one thing I'll say, Coach Yo knows how to coach in March, man. Like, that's one thing I'll say, man. I mean, even like I think back, I think that was 2022 or 23 when they beat Stanford. And I think it was the Elite Eight. And they made their way to, I think, the Final Four. So, you know, Coach Yo know how to coach in March time, man. So I can't count out Ole Miss.
No, you can't. You definitely can't. Baylor, Grand Canyon. Oh, my fault, Lo. You had something to say? My fault, Lo.
No,
Go ahead.
I just said it. I agree.
Okay. Baylor, Grand Canyon.
I'm gonna go Baylor in that one.
Baylor.
Same.
Y'all better choose wisely.
Listen, Florida State, George Mason.
Is Tanaya still hurt? Is she still hurt?
Well, she's had 2 weeks off, so hopefully she's recovered. She's ready to go. But I think even if she isn't 100%, look, we still got Michaela Timpson, so I think that she'll be able to lead the way. And I think we win this one.
This is actually one of my hot takes. I don't think George Mason can beat Florida, but I think it'll be a better game than people expect.
I agree.
I think they have some athletes on their team. And we don't know, like, I like Timpson, but they go as far as Tanaya is going to take them. And we don't know how injured she is. I would expect her to be able to go because, like Nick said, since they got knocked out of the ACC tournament kind of early, it actually was a blessing in disguise because it gave them more time to rest. So I think she'll be ready to go. I, of course, have Florida State, but I think that's definitely a game that I will be watching for sure because it's going to be, like I said, I mean, George Mason, they gave Maryland a good run for their money. And their
on top of that, they won the A-10 too.
Yep, they won an A-10 championship, so it'll be a good game.
It will be. I'm definitely locked in for that one.
This is the biggest question here as far as health. LSU.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on over there with the health wise for LSU.
I mean, Kim did say I watched a little bit of her press conference yesterday. She said that both Anissa and Fla will be ready, but even if they will be ready to go, like how much are they going to be able to give for them? Like, because I mean, even this week they're still in boots, so it's like they're still in boots early this week.
I think the boots are just more of a precautionary thing. Like, I don't think they need to be in a walking boot. It's just a precautionary thing.
I like that
because Wichicom did that before too. Remember, Asia was doing it at a certain point in time. She was like, she would have the boot on, but she would be ready to play. So it's more of now it looks like they're wearing the boot to like further protect it, more of a precautionary thing. So, but you're right. Like when you're playing, when it gets deep in a tournament, they're playing, pretty close together. And so how is their health going to hold up?
That is very fact.
And really no slouch either, to be real.
You said San Diego State.
I mean, they know. I mean, obviously LSU is still talented enough to win, but I think San Diego State can give them a run for their money.
All right, LSU.
I'm going with LSU, but I'm with you though. They can still give them a run for their money for sure. This is the one on Sunday. On Sunday, we all three of us and everybody. And shout out to everybody who's in the playback on Sunday night for Selection Sunday. Y'all was really in there deep. I think we all was like, damn, this is a tough draw for Michigan State. I really think Harvard can actually win this game.
I got Harvard. I'm not going against Harmony Turner, especially with the year that she
Harvard
had
as well.
You going, Wilder? You going with Harvard too?
Yes, sir.
Oh damn! I think we finna sweep this shit. Yeah, I think I got Harvard too, man.
I actually picked Michigan, but I'll go with Harvard.
Oh, but listen, I love my Big Ten. I love my Big Ten for sure, but I think Harvard can pull this shit out.
I actually want to see them pull it out. I want to see Harmony and them folk get to the next. The thing is, we know what she's gonna do. It's can they stop her, and or even if they don't stop her, can they stop the rest of her team? So they got to pick and choose.
I think that's the thing too, because I think Harvard is actually a pretty solid team even outside of Harmony. I think offensively they move the ball really well and they find high quality shots. So hey, look, I mean, even though I'm picking Harvard to win, I'm not counting out Michigan State. I mean, Michigan State has proven that they're one of the best teams in the country all season long. But I'm just biased with my pick. I'm just gonna be real.
Why you? What is it that you don't like about Michigan State? Or you just like Harmony better?
What you talking about?
You said you biased with the Michigan State one
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Harvard.
I mean, yeah, because I'm a Harmony Turner fan. That's why I'm picking
Oh,
Harvard.
okay. I didn't know. You know, I never know. I didn't know if you had a beef with Michigan State. I didn't know.
Nah,
What...
nah.
Oh,
Not
okay,
Michigan
okay.
State, man.
Okay, I got you. NC State, Vermont. I think this is going to be a clean sweep here. I don't
Yeah.
think.
NC State,
Yeah, I
right?
don't think we go. I don't think we had to waste time with this matchup here.
No.
UNC? No, I was playing. I'm joking. Let's keep going.
Hey, let me
Like,
tell you
from
something. If UNC Greensboro beat USC, we won't hear for low till next year.
We might have to cancel next week's show, and honestly, because I don't know if I'm gonna show up either.
We will literally have to do a sick and shut in for low.
Golly.
Yeah, Low will be disappearing if that shit happened over the weekend. We won't see her till next year, March, for sure.
Man,
It
what?
would not be said.
I'm like, who is low? Who is low? The fuck?
Yo, Trey, where
Cal,
you at?
We got Cal, Mississippi State, man. Y'all know I got smoke from Cal, so I'm going Mississippi State.
I'm going Mississippi State too.
I honestly don't know.
It's
Yes,
gonna be
you
a
do.
good game.
It's gonna be a good game, but you know, I'm gonna go Mississippi State too.
That's
It really
right,
don't
you
matter.
know it.
It really don't matter to me who wins this game. But
Yeah, it don't matter because you get knocked down in the second round. So Kansas State.
I'm gonna be real. It all depends on if Ioka Lee's healthy. Fairfield's actually pretty solid. Honestly, I'm gonna probably still pick Kansas State, but if their big isn't healthy, Ioka Lee, it's gonna be tough for them. Honestly, even getting past the second round with whoever they face, whether it's Kentucky or Liberty.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Kansas State. Kansas
State.
State.
All right. Kansas State. What up,
Coach is
Jazzy?
9-5.
She hasn't played for a little minute. Like she had that 60-point game, I think, like 4 or 5 years ago. And
I was gonna say she's been in there for a while, bro.
Yes.
All right,
Kentucky Liberty.
Kentucky.
I got Kentucky, yeah.
Yes, I ain't gonna fuck around. Iowa, Murray State.
Iowa.
I got Iowa, yeah.
Yeah, same. Oklahoma, Florida Gulf Coast. Is that Florida Gulf Coast University? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida
FGC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going, man.
Shit. Okay, let's pause for a second. Okay.
I think it'll be an interesting game, but I'm going with Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'll probably pick Oklahoma too, but I think it's gonna be a close one.
I mean, Florida they could very well have an upset. They could very well, but my spirit is telling me Oklahoma.
I think it's gonna be a close game.
It is.
It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be a close.
They're actually solid. They're really solid.
I'm gonna still go Oklahoma, but I think it's gonna be closer than what people realize for sure. Lamar, you going with Florida Gulf Coast? I'm not surprised. Corn. Oklahoma State, San Diego State, or South.
Yeah,
South Dakota State.
Atlanta. The Atlanta Dream has
State.
Florida Gulf Coast's previous coach.
Yes.
She said what now?
The Atlanta, like the new coach for Atlanta Dream, came from Florida Gulf Coast.
Oh, yeah. She did. I forgot about that. South Dakota State. I don't know nothing about their basketball programs. I know their football programs is pretty good.
Oklahoma State's been under the radar.
Yeah, I'm going with them too for sure.
Yeah.
Though I'm sure you
in the Big 12.
Yeah. UConn, Arkansas. I'm not even gonna play around.
Arkansas State.
Hey, bro. You asking for it?
Oh my god. South Carolina. Oh, I'm not gonna fuck around with that. I'm just reading it. Utah, Indiana is gonna be a game.
I got Indiana.
This is gonna be interesting. I got Indiana too.
I have Indiana as well.
Yeah, I'm going with them. I'm going with them too.
Shout out to the Big Ten. Oh, Wiley. The floor is
Alabama,
yours.
Green Bay. Wiley, this your team. What we doing, Wiley?
Sweet home Alabama.
I watched. Matter of fact, I did watch this Green Bay. Man, I watched this this conference championship game. Green Bay versus Purdue, Fort Worth. Not a black player in sight. I ain't never seen this shit. Looked like the damn 50s out there when I was watching that game. I looked on the bench. It wasn't a black player in sight. I said in 2025. But who the fuck want to go to Green Bay anyway? So I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So I'm going with Alabama. I don't know because Green Bay can give Bama a game. Don't play about the horizon.
Anybody a game. It's March Madness.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely in 5-12. You know, you can get those upsets like that sometimes. So, but I'm still gonna go with
I'm picking
Alabama.
Alabama.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going with Alabama.
All
This
right,
the
Lo. I know this your home, but I gotta go Norfolk State, man. I'll go with
listen.
Norfolk State.
Maryland fans are pissed off on Twitter right now because so many people are going Norfolk State, and I'm going with them too.
Who stopped Kara
I'm
Wheeler?
actually going Maryland.
I'm going Norfolk State.
I
Damn.
think is this the part where we're talking about what we thinking about the games, or are we holding off on that part?
You can definitely do that if you want to.
I'll break through.
But I think that it'll be a close game. I don't know if Diamond is gonna be Diamond. We already know that. Like, we already know what she's gonna do. So it's the supporting cast. Mimi Willer, she has to stay out of foul trouble. If she gets in foul trouble, they're cooked. That's their inside presence. So I think Maryland is a good rebounding team when they actually want to play basketball. So I think it's going to be difficult to keep them off the boards. It's really the supporting cast. If Norfolk State supporting cast shows up and they hit shots, it could be an upset. But I'm going Maryland against
we should probably click Maryland because I think we're kind of outnumbered between Low and all the audience. I think we outnumbered.
Yeah. We gonna go.
It's going to be. That's one of it's 3 games that I've circled that I have to watch. It's if that one, Maryland and Norfolk State, the Florida State and
George Mason,
and then it's another game on the other side. But yeah, those are definitely games that I 100% need to watch because they're going to be close.
It's gonna be a fun opening weekend. When you start really looking at these matchups, it's really gonna be fun.
I got West Virginia.
Yeah, me
this
too.
one.
Me too. I ain't going. North Carolina, Oregon State.
Oregon State got a chance.
They do because North Carolina is very inconsistent.
They are. And Low just saw them live in person.
I'm probably gonna pick the upset. I'm picking the upset. I got Oregon State.
We're going Oregon State.
I got North Carolina.
Wiley, who you got, Wiley?
I got Carolina. I like the upset. I like the upset pick.
I like the upset pick as well. Hey, go back, man. Shout out Columbia.
I do have Carolina though.
Fuck it.
All right, so what y'all picking?
We're going with Oregon State for the show bracket. We're going with Oregon State.
All right, that's cool.
Vanderbilt, Oregon.
Michaela Blakes. Come on, man. We're not giving Oregon a shot.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm with
Vanderbilt.
I'm with it.
We rock.
We got Duke next. I'm going with Duke.
That's gonna be a good game though. Vanderbilt and Duke.
Yeah, it is. That's gonna definitely be a good game. We could just go to Texas. Boom. Yeah. Illinois, Creighton.
I got
Illinois.
I got Illinois too.
Same. Tennessee, South Florida.
Tennessee.
This could possibly be another upset. I'm gonna pick Tennessee because they're the favorites, but don't sleep on South Florida. They're legit.
South Florida is solid. Yeah, they're solid. Lamar, you going Creighton?
I'm not mad at that pick.
I mean, either. I'm not mad at Creighton as well. We're going.
One thing about Creighton is they're in the Big East, so they don't play anybody.
Dalton, Felicia, South Florida, one of the ones that could really be an upset because we all know Tennessee has not been playing their strongest over the past couple months now, and the way they played against Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament, I don't know, man.
Tom and Lamar going Creighton. Okay.
And Tom going Lehigh over Duke. I'm just not going to pay attention.
Exactly.
Ohio State, Montana State.
Ohio State. Ohio State. They getting out of here quick though, respectfully.
Oh yeah. I think they getting out here next round, regardless of who I think they're going. If it's Tennessee up, then they're up out of here. Michigan. I don't know. Is that Princeton and Iowa State? Yes, Princeton and Iowa State. I think I'm gonna still go Michigan.
I was say it'll probably be Princeton that wins that matchup, so it'll be Michigan and Princeton. I'm gonna still go Michigan.
Yeah. for sure. Notre
Yeah,
Dame,
Tom, I saw your bracket having the Buckeyes going all the way to the Final Four. You out of your mind.
you insane.
You're damn lie.
Right. Louisville versus Nebraska.
This one was kind of hard for me too.
This
I'm
is
not
a
gonna
good
lie.
one.
Yeah,
This
this
is a
one
good
was
definitely
kind of
hard.
hard.
It is.
I'm
I'm going
gonna go
Nebraska.
I'm going
Yeah, I'm
Nebraska
going
too.
I agree.
I picked
Okay.
Louisville because of the obvious.
Yes, for obvious reasons. You're there. I get it.
Oh yeah.
And Tom, you got Ohio State. Like I couldn't even imagine picking them going that far after the last time we watched them play. They looked
Ohio
so
State.
bad.
The thing about Ohio State is that they're very talented, but they lack discipline at times, especially during certain stretches of games. Like they'll have a big
Mhm.
lead and then they'll take their foot off the gas, and now next you know, teams go on runs, and now they lost all their momentum. Like
Yep.
that's been there over the past couple years.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
did see them.
Let's see.
TCU, I got
Did I
TCU.
see Louisville? I got to see. Did I see Louisville this year? I'm trying to think. I think I did. UCLA, Georgia Tech.
I'm gonna go UCLA.
UCLA.
Yes. Ole Miss, Baylor.
I'm
This
a,
would be a good one, but I'm gonna go Ole Miss.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Ole Miss too.
I'm going Ole Miss as well. Here we go. Florida State,
Oh,
LSU.
man. You're not picking Garden and Gold. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I know who you going with, Nick. Lo, who you going with?
It's hard because it depends on the injuries, but I'm going LSU.
Wally, who you going with? Wally?
Same LSU.
Look, Kim
But
Mulkey
all of it's pending on what it looks like when we get to that game.
Kim Mulkey ain't gonna have an answer for tonight. She already stressing about it, and tonight not
She
even 100%.
did.
Oh yeah, I saw somebody ask her about it, and she had to kind of.
But you know that's a typical Kim Mulkey answer. She got to be dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
But it is true. She is probably having nightmares about her.
You know, for dead ass for sure. You should. With her ankle or not, like she gets it done. She gets it done. Harvard, NC State.
This is the only time I have to go against Harmony. I got to go NC State.
Yeah, I think I'm going NC State as well, for sure.
Agreed.
We're not even gonna waste time on this.
Damn, you hear that, Trey?
Yeah, I'm not wasting time on that.
We're not even thinking about it. Like, hey, let's break it down. Nope.
I ain't thinking about that shit. What are you talking about?
Kansas State, Kentucky. I'm gonna go Kentucky on that one.
Yeah, I'm going Kentucky as well.
Kentucky, yeah.
They ain't got no answer for Georgia. Iowa, Oklahoma. The battle of the corn, as Tom will say.
This is tough as well. I'm not gonna hold you.
It is tough.
I went with Iowa on my personal.
I think I'm gonna go with Iowa on this one for sure. Yeah, I think I'm going with Iowa on that. I like Iowa.
It depends on the refs as well.
Refs be fucking over Iowa for sure. they be fucking them over, especially this year. Oklahoma State, UConn. Are we gonna see an upset here?
I'm gonna go UConn, but that's gonna be a close game.
It is. It's gonna be close.
I'm going UConn.
We're not wasting no time here, are we? No, we're not.
No. South
Carolina.
Alabama.
Indiana. People forget Indiana gave them a run for their money last year in the Elite Eight.
No, this is gonna be a tough game. It's not gonna be like a. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a blowout, but I think it's gonna be a good game though. Alabama, Maryland.
Alabama.
I'm gonna go Alabama too.
You said it with no hesitation. Alabama.
I don't believe. I've been telling y'all all year. I don't believe in this Maryland team.
You have. You've been consistent.
I've been very consistent with that take.
You've been very consistent since day one. Since you went to that since that tournament.
It was that tournament because at first I was very high on them. I'm like, oh, they're playing really good, and then when I saw them in person, I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's true, Lamar. Yeah, South Carolina did have a big lead in that matchup last year, and then Indiana made that fourth quarter comeback.
We got West Virginia versus Oregon State.
I got West Virginia.
I got West Virginia too.
Same.
Hey,
now
I'm picking Vandy.
I'm
picking Vandy.
I think Vandy can pull this shit off, yo.
I'm going Vandy on this one.
What you got?
This is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be a good game. I'll go with the consensus, whatever y'all choose.
I'm really curious to see. I mean, because obviously, like I said, Duke is one of the best defensive teams in the country. So I'm sure they're gonna find every answer to slow down Caleb Blake's.
Mm-hmm.
But will you have an answer for Camille Pierre or I think there's another player on Vanderbilt. I can't remember her name, but they got a solid supporting cast around them. I'm gonna go Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And the thing about Duke, like they have scorers, man, but you just never know when they're gonna show up to score. That's the real problem with
that is
so
because when they were playing Notre Dame, I mean, they didn't shoot great, but they made enough shots to win the game. And I think when you have defense, you're always gonna have a chance to win.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing against NC State. They didn't play well offensively.
Right.
Yeah, so
they just played better defense and it mucked the game up, and that's how they like to win.
And
they play very similar to Ole Miss. Like Ole Miss doesn't shoot the ball well, but their defense is so solid that they're always kind of in the game.
That's why
I've said that before.
To win the game.
A word, I remember that.
Yeah, I've said that. Yeah, like Ole Miss, or excuse me, Coach Yo and Kara are kind of similar when it comes to like styles.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. We're going Vandy.
We'll go Vanderbilt then.
Yeah, we'll go Vandy. Texas, Illinois. Does Illinois have an upset in them?
They'll make it competitive because I think Illinois is really good defensively, but I think Texas wins.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Tennessee, Ohio State.
Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Tennessee. Yeah,
absolutely. Michigan, Notre Dame. I'm going Notre Dame. Y'all know that, but this is gonna be a close game.
It is.
I'm going Notre Dame.
I'm going Notre Dame as well.
This is the issue though, man, because we don't know what Notre Dame we're getting. And
exactly.
That's the part I'm scared of, man. Like, what are we getting?
We don't. In my personal bracket, I do have them in the Final Four, but man, I can see them losing before that shit for sure. I can definitely see them losing before that shit.
Nebraska gonna make that thing a game.
Man, is it gonna be an upset?
Honestly, it could possibly be an upset.
It very well could.
I think they're good enough to upset.
We're going with an upset?
Yes, fuck it. Let's go for it.
Fuck it, let's do it. Lamar said bulletin material Irish. Come on. Yeah. They should be mad. They should be mad because they dropped to the 3rd seed and shit like that, but that's their fault. You left it to the committee.
Are we ready to pull the trigger?
Here we go. This is what I was waiting on right here.
We were just discussing this.
Woo, man! Do they have an for Lauren Betts?
Ole Miss is going to the Elite Eight.
All right, I'm with
it.
Look, Lamar said, "Wait, Nebraska over TCU." Shit.
Hey, it's March.
You going with the upset, baby?
Yeah, upset, baby.
You know,
let me say. What's good, DJ? We're going Ole Miss over UCLA because look, in my personal, I got NC State beating UCLA.
I do too. You know, it's crazy. Like Jay said it the other day, and I was like, nah, I don't know, but. Like after I had a chance to think about it, I was like, hey, on, Jay might be right with that.
When you think about that shit, they can definitely.
It's going to come down between either LSU or NC State beating probably UCLA if they can beat Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
One of those teams.
So are we going Ole Miss here?
It's up to y'all, man. That's what
I don't know.
Yes, we're going Ole Miss.
I think they got a chance. I think they do got a chance. Now, look, UCLA is good enough to win. Obviously, they're the number 1 overall seed, but it is also. I think in this matchup, you got to get production out of your guard play. Like you got to get consistent guard play out of Kiki Rice, London Jones, Gabriela Jaquez. Like you got to get consistent guard wing play out of these players because Ole Miss is not a team to fuck around with. Just
Lamar funny. He said if Yo beat UCLA, she gonna be on the Spaces as soon as the game is over.
Hey, dead Spaces.
She will.
She should be hosting her own Spaces.
Shut the fuck up! I didn't know that shit, yo.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
yo, that is so fucking funny. The bracket's locking like 2 days, I think.
Yeah, right before the game start.
Yo, I did not know she'd be in Spaces.
About Ole Miss, like. They can defend, but can they score?
That's the thing. They can't score.
If the game is close, they're automatically going to lose because she ain't drawing nothing up. Not her, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not executing. Every time it comes down to a close game, they don't execute at the end of the game. So my heart is telling me UCLA, but since we just saying fuck it, let's just go Ole Miss.
All right, I don't know. I don't need Mama Betts coming after me.
That's what it all depends on is how will UCLA how will they respond to that physical defense of Ole Miss?
Yeah, the thing about Ole Miss is, man, they will go like 5-6 minutes without scoring a basket. No free throws.
But they'll lock you up.
Should be changes to UCLA.
You know what? Let's
change
UCLA.
Yeah, I'm changing that shit to UCLA.
Yeah.
They don't have enough.
This is the matchup right here: LSU and NC State.
I got NC State.
Me too. I got NC State.
All right, we going NC State.
I got NC State for this one.
Well, I love thinking about it. She thinking about that, man.
It's just because, like, I just don't know how hurt they are, and that determines a lot.
It does determine a lot.
I don't believe in Wes Moore. I don't believe in him coaching. So that's a big reason why I'm hesitant about NC State. They have great guard play, but
their coaching is.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Kentucky. That's a good matchup actually. UNC and Kentucky.
Man, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Man, y'all stop, man.
They could very well win that game. USC could very well win that game because we know who the coach is, respectfully. The thing is, USC could either go to the Final Four or lose right here because it's just up in the air. It just depends. We already know that they're going to face guard Juju. We already know that they're going to blitz. They're going to send multiple bodies. So can other people hit shots? That's what it's going to come down to. Because we know Lindsay ain't nothing up. Can other people hit wide open shots?
Do not.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
I'm still picking USC. I'm not going against USC.
Oh no. I shouldn't disrespect Kentucky like that because Georgia got game. She got game, so I ain't gonna.
They got a good team.
Yeah, they're solid. They're well coached.
The coaching's good. Yeah, coaching is good for sure. Iowa,
UConn.
If Juju guard Amor, Juju going for about 45.
That's what I'm saying. If Amor is defending Juju, good luck, sister.
Good luck. She's gonna be in a blender all game.
I don't care if y'all send a triple. If she's the primary defender, hell no. Nah.
Juju 6'2". She and Georgia like 5'6" or some shit like that. Like, there's no way.
Kenny is solid. He seems like I'm not going to talk about his personal choices in life, but he's solid. Like Kentucky wasn't doing nothing for real. Like, come on.
Yeah, he can coach. Don't do that, Tom. He can coach. I ain't gonna do him like
everywhere
that.
he's been, they've been solid.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence. Like,
this matchup here is like a rematch, but it's not a rematch at the same time because it's not the same.
Iowa, UConn.
As it was.
Oh yeah, because Kayla not there.
Yeah, so I'm going UConn.
Yeah, for sure.
Wiley, we got to get up out of here respectfully.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
We're not even going to think twice.
Yeah.
I chose South Carolina. What y'all talking about?
Okay, bet. You ain't one of them. You ain't one of them.
Hey.
Did you not see the shirt I had on?
I did.
Come on, say it real quick.
I didn't pay attention.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Lamar too. I feel NC State can lose to LSU. I'm telling you, it's a possibility.
Anybody can lose. I mean, that's honestly an even matchup too.
It is. It would be a great game.
It is.
I'm going Vandy. Fuck it. We make it a Cinderella run.
Yeah, fuck it. That's our Cinderella pick this year, huh?
Yeah,
well, it ends in the Elite Eight. It ends in the Elite Eight. It ends for Vandy in the Elite Eight for sure.
I don't trust West
Lamar. Texas.
This is interesting. I mean, Texas is still talented enough to win, but I think Tennessee, if they're blocked in, they could really find a way to win. But they've just been so inconsistent. It's hard to really trust them.
It is hard.
But I do think that they are good enough to beat them because even Texas has their inconsistencies. We've talked about it before, but I'm gonna still pick Texas in this matchup, but I think Tennessee will make it competitive.
Yeah. So we're going Texas.
I like Tennessee, but I'll go Texas.
I'm going Texas.
I like Tennessee as well too. Oh man, let me think. Hold on. Wiley, who you going with, Wiley?
If Tennessee's defense locks in like they wanted to, and they're able to do that whole hockey sub shit, yeah, they can get Texas up out of here. But I want to see Madison Booker like have one of those type of games. So
she's been missing the action in them big games.
Yeah, and that's
you know what? You're right. The law averages. I'm going Texas.
Yeah,
she's been playing terrible the last 2 weeks.
Who y'all got?
She has to eventually.
She do.
Tennessee has had time to rest. Chat, who y'all got? Y'all got Tennessee or Texas?
Man, that's hard. I think on my personal Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Texas.
I got Texas. I know for sure in my personal I got Texas.
Fuck it, let's go with Texas. Notre Dame, Nebraska.
Notre
I'm
Dame.
going ND, man.
Yeah, we're not gonna fuck around with them like that. Here we go. It's our Elite Eight. This is our Elite Eight. Okay. UCLA is it? You already know. I already told y'all. I got NC State winning that one.
I'm going NC State too.
Woo, y'all trust West, man. Okay, NC State.
I don't think it's that I trust
Here's the
West.
thing, like, who do we trust more though? We trusting West or are we trusting UCLA to play their best basketball down
But Corey, the West don't got a 6'7" person in the middle. But again, they can't get her the ball.
Get her the ball. That's the issue.
I trust NC State guards more.
Especially
NC State.
Yeah, I'm going NC State. It is.
I'm going NC State.
RJ said, "Nah, UCLA." In West, we trust. Now Bianca.
Not listen now.
Don't
We ain't
go
going
too
that
far,
far.
sister.
Hey, this game right here might have to be a playback game.
I don't know if I'm gonna have to be. I don't know if I can. Like, I'm really gonna be like, we can't record it. If we do playback, we cannot record. Does it automatically record?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm like, I don't want no, because I'm gonna be acting a fool on there. So
no. We need full Coach Glow in this
because the stuff that might come out of my mouth, like y'all y'all trying to get Asia up out of there. Y'all not about to do the same to me, okay? So nah.
Matter of fact, we had the last game, the last time they played on.
But
playback.
it was just a little regular season game. This is for all the marbles.
Yeah.
You know,
I will say this though. Whoever comes out of this matchup is going to the national championship.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. So we're going USC.
I'm going USC.
Jazzy said Patreon.
Right.
Listen, on my personal one, I kept going back and forth, man. Because I don't trust Coach Lindsay. I just don't.
I don't.
Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
It's okay. We trust 12, Lo.
I get it. But,
we trust 12, man.
Gino has been there, done that, and like
that's true.
Her teammates, are they gonna step up? Like, my heart is saying don't go against 12, but my mind is saying UConn gonna win that game, man.
I think it comes down to the last possession.
Damn, no, my heart can't handle that.
I think it does. I really think it will.
My heart can't handle the last possession, but you know what? Y'all know who on the shirt. I'm going with 12.
Right, I'm about to say you can't do that.
Going with 12.
You going with 12, man? Like, what you mean? And on top of that, I am expecting Kiki Iriafen to have a good tournament because I think this is important. This is like her last go around in college. If she wants to increase her draft stock, this is the time to elevate your play. So I'm expecting Kiki to play well.
And I think Kennedy going to shock a lot of people with her offensive game. Y'all want to see it? Tom, I don't mind that because I think in one of my brackets, I'm probably going to go UConn, and one of the other ones, I'm probably going to go USC. Yep. Kennedy, yep.
South Carolina, I'm not even going to mess around with that. I'm not even going to even entertain
Texas
that.
And Notre Dame going to be good.
This is going to be a good one.
I ain't gonna lie. Hannah putting the clamps on Rory, man. Respectfully.
I'm going.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going to Notre Dame for sure. I'm going to act like I'm not. I'm
not going to act like I'm not.
Come on now. NC State, USC.
That's going to be a close one, too. That's going to be, I think whoever executes better on offense will come out on top. I'm going to still go USC.
None of them guards are stopping 12. None of them.
None, not a one.
For selfish reasons, I have USC.
Now this one right here, this is the one that we've been waiting on for a long time.
For selfish reasons, I have South Carolina.
South Carolina gonna cook them. Stop.
Yeah. I think
I can't believe they put these two in the same bracket because I wanted to see Notre Dame in the national championship. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I really do think we can get Battle of the SC Part 1 in the national championship. That's crazy. If we get this,
y'all think SC is okay. Y'all think it's gonna be USC versus South Carolina. Okay.
Let me tell you something. Do you know how that big that will be for this sport? And then you're gonna have them play again in November.
USC and South Carolina go. Best believe I'm finding some way to get to fucking Tampa.
I'm 4 hours away. I'm making it out there.
Yo,
Even if I don't get media passes, man, I might have to
I just need to be in that atmosphere, okay?
Right.
yo,
I just need to
because
be in
that's
the
gonna be
city.
crazy.
pull some money out my 401k or something to make it out there.
I'm crying. I am crying.
Hey, but you do shit for like shit like this. This is a once in a lifetime moment, man.
That's what I'm
You ain't
saying,
gonna be in
too.
college
Hey,
forever.
one thing Jay gonna always tell you to do is have an experience. Like he's like,
I mean,
man,
he's
just do
right
that
though.
shit.
He's right. He is
Anytime I
right.
say something, he like, Lo, just do that shit. I'm like, all right. It don't matter what. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm about to, as long as it's within reasonable confinement.
Yeah, if it's reasonable, do that
He's
shit,
like,
man.
man, do that shit. Anytime I was like,
Man.
man, I think I'm gonna go to the Liberty game. I think I'm gonna go to the finals. He like, man, it's gonna be a long day, but just do that shit.
Do that shit, man. You enjoyed that shit, man. Juju ain't gonna be in college forever if this shit happen.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to do that shit, man. That's Carter's birthday weekend, so I ain't gonna be able to do it. But one of
I
y'all
ain't gonna
can do
hold
that
you. That's
shit.
that's my nephew's first birthday, but y'all might have to FaceTime me in. I ain't gonna hold you. Basketball's life.
Oh, can y'all imagine it? Part 1 happening in the national championship, and then they're gonna play again the following season. Come on, man. But I'm going South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah.
I'm going South Carolina too. But if Judea find a way to win that game,
listen. Nick, I already told y'all, and I'm gonna say this again. Look, nephew won't
right, Jazzy. Nephew ain't gonna turn in one. He ain't gonna know what the hell going on. Shit.
I'm gonna say this again. I've said it before. If Judea finds a way to win a national championship while she's in college, she's the best college player to ever play. And y'all can fucking quote me on that, okay? Because not only is she battling against her teammates, but she's also battling against the coach. So if she wins, y'all just unfollow and delete me because I'm going to be unbearable. It's no way they should win that game. It's no way they should win that game.
No, it's no way. There's no way.
It's gonna be like this all summer till next season. So y'all better
no dead ass.
Correct.
I don't know. I'm just gonna put a number in there. There we go. That's the show bracket.
The way to be SC for the chip. Be prepared to be sick of me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Please believe.
We got NC State, USC, South Carolina, and Notre Dame. With South Carolina winning.
I think that's not a bad bracket.
While we looking at this real quick, what team, since South Carolina is possibly repeating, what team is going to give them the most trouble, y'all think?
Oh,
Notre Dame. If they're playing well, I think Notre Dame has. I think they're well-rounded enough to compete with them. Especially, with the backcourt. I mean, obviously Hannah and Olivia, I think that they're both talented enough to give South Carolina's backcourt problem. Now, look, I mean, obviously South Carolina's backcourt is going to answer the call when you have Malaysia Fawali, Tessa Johnson, Tahina Powell. So I definitely expect them to answer the call, but I think that's really what it might come down to is the guard play, honestly. I mean, obviously, obviously it could be the bigs when you think about matches like with either Sanaa Fagan or Leah King. I think that could be really good, but I think whichever backcourt steps up for either team, I think that's who could potentially win that matchup.
I'm with you. I think UConn is the only teams who can. If Notre Dame makes it to the Final Four, that means they're in tip-top form for sure. So I think they could really get them a issue for sure. You know what I'm saying? So,
and also just one thing too, though, like even though I am picking South Carolina as to win this title this year, it's not a lock, to be real. Like I think this year has been more open than it's ever been, honestly. And obviously South Carolina has the most experience when you think about last year's title than they won in 2022. Like Dawn is one of the best or actually she is the best coach in college basketball. So you always believe in her to be able to get it done. But I think it's up for grabs, honestly, when you think about who will win the national championship.
If USC doesn't get there and UConn gets there, that would be a good game as well, just because off of the strength of how bad they beat South Carolina last time they played them. So, they coming back with a vengeance. So that would be a good matchup too.
Yeah, Lamar. I'm glad they had enough time to really try to figure this stuff out because they got to really figure out. They got to give their other bigs more time, and I think Maddie should come off the bench. Well, we're gonna see how this is going to shape out for them. But at the end of the day, it all depends on them guards.
Yeah, and also just real quick as well, like I got to give credit to this player too because she played well in conference play, and that's Joyce Edwards. I think she played really well in SEC play and carried that same energy into the NCAA tournament. South Carolina gonna be tough, man.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. Anything else on this bracket before we move on?
The question, does strength of schedule truly matter?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It definitely should, and
it should. But did it really matter for this committee? I feel like they was talking on both sides of their mouth when it was coming to like asking about certain teams. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it don't. It's like
it's voters
like
fatigue. Let's just call it what it is.
South Carolina they try to act like South Carolina didn't do enough, but the two teams like Texas and UCLA got their spots because they beat South Carolina. But South Carolina was giving everybody, you know what I'm saying, ass whoopings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's just like, I'm with you though, Nick. It's like they probably don't want to get him that shit. They probably, because it's supposed to be the easiest route, and they damn sure don't want to give Don that shit.
I think it's supposed to be, right. So you're supposed to look at a number of things. You're supposed to look at the net rating. You're supposed to look at the strength of schedule. So it's a few things that you're supposed to look at. And the lady, Miss Dawkins, when she came on to kind of discuss what the committee looks at when they're making these seedings, she basically said that they use the net ranking and then they also use the eye test. And so for me, the main snub, I thought, in my opinion, was South Carolina. And I say that because of their strength of schedule, right? I think that they should have been the number one overall pick. Or number one overall seed, just based on honestly multiple things. I think their net ranking, they were the only team in the country that was 16-3 in quad one wins. That's the best percentage in the country. That's number one. Number two, their strength of schedule is number one in the country, and then number five in non-conference games, which is the highest ranking for the 25 ranked teams. They played at least 16 ranked teams this season while also competing in the SEC, which is the hardest conference in the country. And then not only were they playing these teams, they were absolutely cooking them with large margins. Like they beat Iowa State by 40. They beat TCU by 33 points. They beat Texas by 17, Alabama by 18. So you get my point. Like, they're not just scheduling different opponents. They're also beating the shit out of them. So
yeah,
when you're taking those things into account, I don't understand how that doesn't calculate to the overall number one seed. And then when you look at it, like the length of times in which they played these hard games, like it was a stretch in which they played Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, LSU, and Tennessee all back to back to back. No other team in the country is doing this. So with all that being said, it's no way a team that has done all that shouldn't be ranked number one overall. And it takes the incentive away for these coaches to schedule difficult opponents, because what's the end goal? Like, yes, you're pushing the game forward, which is great. However, you also schedule hard games so that your team can have an advantage when seeding comes along. And so for coaches like Don or Coach Yo and Coach G, like, that have played hard non-conference games, what is the incentive next year for them to do that? And it sucks for hoop fans like us, because we want to see marquee games. We don't want to see Connecticut playing Xavier. We don't want to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to see.
Yo, it's so funny. We always go to UConn schedule when we talk about this shit, but it's true.
Let's just call it what it is. They play
right. We don't want to see LSU playing whatever non-conference teams that they play. You know what I'm saying? So, the voters for the committee are going to make it very difficult to start watching good games. So the product might slip a little bit, because if Don, Coach Yo, Gino for his, non-conference schedule, Coach G, if they all say, you know what, fuck it, next year we're not doing hard non-conference games, right? That's going to be detrimental to the viewership for women's basketball. So I think that they need to go back to putting more weight on it. I think that it's just unfair how inconsistent it is. Sometimes strength of schedule matters, and then sometimes it doesn't, and teams are getting rewarded for it. Like, it's no way in hell that Notre Dame should have been the number 3 seed, like, period. Like, and I get it. I know the end of the season was terrible, but this is a team that lost 2 games in November. 6 games in. Why are we still harping on that? That's number one.
This is also the same team that had the number 1 spot for like 2 weeks.
Exactly.
They won 17 straight games.
19 straight.
19.
They won 19 straight games. And like the only team that beat 3 top 5 teams 3-0. So they are not a number 3 seed. So it's just interesting that Notre Dame, who has the 6th hardest strength of schedule, is placed below teams like TCU that's has the 39th hardest schedule. And then when you look at out of conference, they're at 76th ranked. Like, that's a problem. They should not be higher than Notre Dame. So I think it just has to be more consistent. Like, are y'all actually watching basketball, or y'all just watching the box scores? Because
I know they was gonna fuck them.
So like South Carolina, yes, they got cooked by UConn, but that one loss is enough to not make them number one overall. Like, it's just too much inconsistency for me. Duke beat they won an ACC championship, but they didn't have a great season, and they're number 2. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
no, you're making great points. You cooking. You definitely cooking. I agree with everything you're saying. Nick, you got anything on that?
I agree. I mean, I've always had an issue with the committee. Like, I think they don't watch the games. They box score watch. I would just be real. I think they look at social media too, and they see all the chatter that people have about certain teams, how people feel about certain teams and everything. Because it's like you said, South Carolina's had like the hardest schedule all year long. I mean, we literally named all the teams. We've been naming all the teams that they've matched up against all season long. So it was definitely deserved for them to be a number 1 seed. And on top of that, but let's just be real. Like, I think they pretty much already decided that they weren't going to be the number 1 team once they lost to UConn. And it wasn't the fact that they just lost to UConn. It was how they lost to UConn, which I definitely think is unfair because, I mean, at the end of the day, UConn's a pretty good team, honestly. But I think at the end of the day, I'm sure South Carolina is going to use this as fuel. I saw what Dawn had to say about not being the number 1 seed when she did an interview with Harley Rowe right after Selection Sunday. So I think they're going to come into the season to this tournament with a chip on the shoulder, honestly, man. And good luck to everybody that has to go against them, honestly, because, yeah, I mean, South Carolina is going to be looking to dominate this year.
Oh, yeah, you saw the commercial.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing about that also is with UCLA, right? They have them at number 1 because they beat South Carolina as well. But wouldn't that mean that USC should be?
I was just about to say the same thing.
They should be the last number 1 pick because they beat UCLA twice. Once when they were the number 1 seed and undefeated, and it wasn't a close game. It was convincing wins. So
yeah, I was just thinking of the same
thing. Think about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I was wondering what they gonna make USC the number 1 overall seed because if they won a Big Ten championship. So that's interesting. We won't know, but the committee just be all over the place for sure.
I didn't even think about that. That's the crazy.
Yeah.
It's like backwards. Like, you got UCLA as number 1 because they played they had a good season, but they also, the main thing is they beat South Carolina.
Yep, that's all it is.
If that's the case, USC beat them twice. USC beats UCLA twice, and it wasn't just them beating them. They were undefeated in their house. You know what I'm saying? And they cooked them. Like, that second game, it wasn't close the whole game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a convincing win. So that's why it's like, it's so inconsistent. Like, you got to pick it. Like, you got to keep it consistent. That's all I'm asking for.
Man, you had Cheryl and Juju dapping up and shit. You had Juju looking in the camera, like looking at them like they weak as hell, boy. It was a time. Like, it really. I'm with you though. Like, what's you gonna make them?
Wonderful time that night.
That was a great time. That was definitely a great time. But yeah, I'm excited for the tournament to start. This is gonna be a great time. If they do that, then UConn should have been number 1 if they beat. Seriously. And UConn is a 2nd seed, so I mean, I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what they was really doing, but
not too fast now. Let's look at that conference play. Not too fast now for UConn being number 1. But again, strength of schedule doesn't matter anymore. So y'all right.
It don't matter at all. All right, we're gonna move on to real quick some W information, man. Sunday night during the selection Sunday, they just did a damn trade just came through. Matter of fact, it wasn't this how quick it's how random it was. It came in the email before it even came out to ESPN. So I think Nick Lowe broke that shit during the damn playback.
It was during the playback. I forgot.
Yeah, like it wasn't even out yet. It was a press release. But Natasha Cloud got traded to the Liberty for 2025 7th overall pick and then a 2026 first round pick. I know big team. I know contending teams don't care about picks. I just think this fucks up the market because I don't know if Natasha Cloud is worth 2 first-round picks. But how y'all feel about this trade?
I mean, I think we
go ahead,
talked
Nick.
about it. I would say I think we talked about it briefly during playback, but I think acquiring a player like Natasha Cloud, I think it definitely elevates New York's chances of repeating. Honestly, I mean,
Mhm.
they already had a good chance of repeating even before they got her, but I think now when you bring in such a dynamic two-way player like Natasha Cloud, and you can pair
Mhm.
her in the backcourt next to a Sabrina Ionescu and pair her in the wing next to a player like Benaja Lady Hamilton, it just makes the team a lot better. Honestly, I mean, I know
Mhm.
Tosh is not a fan favorite to many in the league, but Tosh plays hard on both ends of the floor. Honestly, she competes well on the defensive end. She's one of the best guard on ball defenders in the league, and then on top of that, even on offense, she can make shots and she can play make. So like you can also change up the offense honestly to where you can run Natasha running point, and then you could put Sabrina off ball, and especially with how good of a shooter Sabrina is. So I think it's going to pair well for them, honestly. I mean, obviously, when you look at the whole situation in Connecticut, like you didn't want Natasha to rot there, especially with them being in a rebuilding period. So I think it was a good move, honestly. So I'm happy that I'm happy that she's with New York, and I'm happy that she's back with a contender.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I know it's jumping the gun because this is all just on paper and we need to see how it looks, when they play together. But even before New York got her, I thought that they had a great chance at repeating. One thing that Liberty lacked last year was just having a dog on their team, and they got that now. You have someone that is going to bring constant energy, someone that's going to guard you 94 feet and just flat out be a pest on the defensive end, someone that prides themselves on being elite on the defensive end, and someone that's just tough at the guard position. And like Nick said, she's not necessarily known for, her scoring, but she's going to be the 4th or 5th option on this team. So whatever she's contributing offensively is just a plus. And like in looking at the numbers last year, she had 20 games where she averaged over double digits. So that's a great add to get when you also know what she can do on the other end. In fact, she had a 30-point game last year. So she can play both ends of the floor, like Nick said. And I think the most underrated part of her game is her playmaking ability. She averaged almost 7 assists last year. So yes, they're losing Sloot to free agency, but they're also picking up another guard that's a little bit younger, that's better on the defensive end, but that can also play make and kind of take up those point guard responsibilities so that Sabrina can go more off ball. So the biggest thing for them is just going to be, can they stay healthy? But I think Maureen Johannes is supposed to be coming back too. And so if that happens, it's a riggedy wrap. Like you got Phoebus, you got Johannes, you got Kennedy coming off the bench, Kennedy Burke, you got Niara Sabli. Like they're stacked. And I don't know how they're gonna make all this work because they still have to re-sign Stewie.
Did they not do that yet?
I don't think so. Because I think they're still trying to make the contracts work.
Yo, I didn't know that.
I don't remember them signing her.
And she quietly had surgery. Nobody was really talking about that shit.
I thought they were waiting to the last minute to see how they could structure, because she is okay with, I don't want to say okay with it because I don't know the lady personally, but it seems like she is willing to probably take a little bit less in order to make the numbers work.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
She started a league, so I'm sure she's not hurting for money.
No, yeah, that is. Lamar finding these W teams trading picks in the top 10 like they ain't moved by his draft class after pay.
That sounds crazy though. 2026 is solid, and then 2027 might be one of the next biggest drafts that we have. Honestly, if we're gonna be real,
but you see, New York had that 2027 now. Even though they probably won't be, they won't be in the race for Juju, but they can still get a solid player out of that draft.
You definitely can, because you don't know what the hell your team look like in 2 years from now.
They'll still be decent, but they're not gonna be the worst team, so they're not gonna get you. But they can still get somebody like, I wouldn't even say Fort Wiley because I think she's gonna be high too.
You one injury away from being in the damn top 5. But
that's true. But their team is so stacked that even if somebody is hurt, they can probably still be okay to make the playoffs.
No, you're right about that. No, you're definitely right about that. What up, Meg? What up, big baby? One thing before we move on, it was funny about Tosh, her video. I don't know if y'all saw her video, like announcing that she was excited going to the Liberty. She was like, I'm back in the East. Look, in her mind, she was never in going Connecticut.
She wasn't. I told you that.
To say you back in the East, you in her mind?
I was not about to get her on that reservation, child.
She was not looking for a house in or apartment in Connecticut
all.
whatsoever. She wasn't. When she
all.
said that shit sent me when she said that shit. But it's a good move, man. Like definitely, there's a good chance they can repeat now with this move. Definitely. You know,
Agreed.
I saw somebody said that press run must have worked for her. She did go on a press run, so
And
got
She
up
went
out
on
of there.
that one pod, yeah.
Do
now
y'all
she
think
a couple pods.
she did?
Oh,
She
was
did a
she?
couple of.
Yeah.
Before we
The only
move
one I saw
on,
was the one with Ryan Clark. That's the only one that I saw.
she wasn't
She
another
was
one.
another one.
She was. I can't think of I can't think of it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Before the season start, does Marina get traded?
No, I think she's stuck.
I think she's there all season. I don't think she's gonna get.
Nobody wants that contract.
They don't. They don't. I
And
don't
on
even
top
know.
of that, they already denied a trade anyway, so that pretty much show like. Now, I mean, obviously anything can happen. I mean,
Yeah.
they can possibly trade her mid-season. Who knows? But I'm gonna predict that she's probably gonna play all season there. And look, man, cook while you're there, man. You know, like get your value up while you're up there, man. I mean, we obviously know Marina Mabrey is a great player, but this is her opportunity to
Oh,
showcase
geez.
herself as a top option. So
You're right.
do
You're
what
right.
you
It
gotta
was the
do. Go out there
OG
and cook.
pod. It was the OG
Oh, yeah,
pod with
yeah.
Mike Miller and you done. That's what the other one. But shout out to Natasha Cloud. I know she happy as hell. You know, it's better. Hey, New York is way better than Connecticut. On to Unrivaled. Unrivaled ended last night, man. Shout out to Rose. Rose won the championship. They beat Vinyl 62-54, which was a great game. It was a really goddamn good. I forgot about it, but it was a good game.
Hang on, Jay. Before we go into that game, I want to get y'all thoughts and the chat's thoughts as well. Like, what happened to the Lunar Owls against Vinyl, man? I mean, obviously, I know that the game was decided by that De'Erica Hamby layup, but this is the team that we had winning it all.
We
And
did. Like, we
not
had
even
no
get
doubt
to
in
the
our mind that
championship
they
game.
was going.
Yeah, like for them to not even get a championship game, like I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie.
I think everyone was shocked. I think they were even shocked. And I think it's even funnier because they were talking cash shit and didn't even make it to the championship game.
Literally.
Like the whole season where y'all lost maybe one game, like it doesn't matter now because I didn't even get to the championship game.
It don't.
Very
does not
embarrassing.
matter.
Ain't no hootie hoos no more. Shit.
Ain't no damn old hootie hoos. They no
Right.
more. But man, real shout out to Chelsea Gray, man. She had a insane game, and she was talking her shit. Matter of fact, when they was doing the interviews on the court after the game, they was cussing. They was talking about talk your shit. They didn't give a fuck about none of that. But shout out to Chelsea Gray. She really letting y'all know, man. She looks healthy. She looks healthy. To be moving like that in 3-on-3, she looks healthy. I don't know how y'all feel. Matter of fact, I do know how y'all feel about it. But give me your thoughts, Lo, on this first season on Unrivaled.
I mean, I think it was solid. I think that, of course, some rules need to change, but that's with everything, right? Like, you shouldn't be able to win a game on a free throw. It's different. Like one free throw shouldn't equal three points. Like when you're fouled behind the 3-point line. So it's a couple of things that they, of course, need to work on. But overall, I thought it was a great product. I really liked it. And I think the best part about the whole Unrivaled was honestly Chelsea Gray getting back in her bag. Like y'all were talking crazy. And now because Chelsea cooked your favorites, now y'all want to say, oh, it's just an all-season league. Cut the shit, okay? Just please cut the shit.
A rec league. That's how people
it's a rec league, but guess what? Your favorites could not stop her, okay? Your favorites couldn't stop her. So if they couldn't stop her in a rec league, what the hell you think y'all going to do when she playing with the best player in the world?
It's a wrap.
Thought so. 8 of her games, she had at least 20 points and scored 30 points in at least 3 of those games. Like Chelsea's back. Like, and it's just great to see. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like when the point guard is playing basketball, it's just better hoops. Like, and that's just a fact. And I'm still saying 10 toes on what I said 2 years ago. Chelsea Gray is the best point guard of all time. Argue with your mama.
Argue with your mammy. Argue with your mammy, she says. I feel you. Hey, man. Some people don't want to hear that shit because she ain't never led the league in assists. I don't give a fuck about that, dog. You see them passes? You see them pocket passes? Come on, man. Come on, dog. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
It's not too many that's doing that or could have done that.
No, not at all. And I want to shout out Nola Henry too, man. I was questioning some stuff she said, but we wasn't like the Angel stands. They was calling for her job like after week 3 or some shit. But she
Correct.
they definitely turned some shit around. She figured some shit out, and they had hella chemistry. You saw that. A lot of chemistry, more than they used to have. So it was, I mean, I was
Just make
excited.
those apologies as loud as the criticism. That's all I ask.
And I
Make
do
them
like
as loud as
Petty.
the criticism, because y'all was on Nola's ass. Like, y'all didn't even give her a chance. They had injuries. It's a new style of basketball. Like, they have to build camaraderie and chemistry, and y'all was on her ass asking her to get fired after the second week. Like, it's disgusting.
It was disgusting. And she definitely had y'all bookmarked because she was definitely responding to y'all stupid shit y'all was saying in January last night.
And
that shit was fun. That shit was definitely fun.
I love a petty girly. I love it.
I love it. I love that shit. I love that petty shit. But real quick, Nick, how you feel about this year one? Anything you would change?
Yeah, playoffs, like you shouldn't have a championship game the day after y'all just play the other playoff games. Like when you look at like any other league, like you look at the NBA, like the NBA has finals like every other day or every 2 days. Even in like March Madness, like the championship game is always like a couple days after like the final 4 games. Like to me, like you can't have a playoff game. You can't have playoff games one day and then have the championship game the next day. So that's something that I would definitely change. Same thing with some of the formats, stuff like that. Like free throws should not count as 2-3 points. Honestly, that's just my opinion.
Yes.
But aside from that, like when you look at like play style and you look at everybody just competing on both ends of the floor, I think year one of Unrivaled was a success. Honestly, I mean, I think that we had a lot of great highlight moments. Whether it was Rose winning the title, whether it was the Lunar Owls, like dominating throughout the regular season. Even just teams like Vinyl, teams like even Phantom. I mean, I know Phantom didn't make the playoffs, but they had some pretty good moments, some good stretches. And I love this too, honestly, because I think that a lot of these players, they're going to go into the WNBA season better versions of themselves, especially Angel Reese. Like I think year 2, we're going to see a much better version of Angel Reese, and not even just her, honestly. I mean, it's a bunch of other players too. So I look at Unrivaled year 1 as a success. And it's funny too because even before the season, we were like, yo, what the hell are they doing? Like, like we didn't have no structure or anything with this league, but like once the league actually got started, we saw how fun it was. So shout out to Unrivaled. And I gotta say this too, because I remember Lo telling me that she felt like Chelsea was the greatest point guard of all time, and I didn't disagree or anything. I just like raised my eyebrows. I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
I'm bold for putting it out there, brother. And they was cooking me for like a week.
But
they probably still cooking your ass.
I'm gonna say this. I agree. I 100% agree, honestly. Chelsea Gray, in my opinion, is the greatest point guard of all time. When you look at the combination of scoring and playmaking, and not even just how she does it, it's just like the impact that she has, honestly. Like Chelsea, for the most part, especially down the stretch of the season, was like a one-woman show out there. And it didn't matter what coverage you put against her. It didn't matter what matchup you had against her. She was cooking literally everybody. And I know I always like to reiterate about what happened in 2022, but when Chelsea Gray is at her best, she's just fun to watch, honestly. And I think Unrivaled just might have been like an appetizer of what she's possibly going to do this W season, honestly, man. Because her going back to the Aces healthy and ready to go, especially coming off of this title win, is going to be scary in Las Vegas, man. I'm excited about it.
And just to double down on that, Nick, I think people also don't respect her defense enough. And I'm not saying she's like a defensive juggernaut, but the numbers are there. When you look at the Aces defense before Chelsea started to play last year, because of course she started the season hurt. Excuse me. When you look at the numbers, their defense automatically got better when she came back. Like the numbers are literally there. Chelsea's very good at getting her hands on the ball. Like when it's down, like when the bigs bring the ball down, she's there to tie it up. She's there to get a steal. Like she's very, very good. Like getting her hands. She has very active hands, I should say. So aside from that, when you're talking about the best point guards of all time, you have Sue Bird on that list. You have Tisha Penicheiro on that list. By the end of the day, they weren't defending like Chelsea is. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not a big body. You run into her, she's gonna stop you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can they even score like her?
Yeah, I was gonna say they couldn't score the ball like Chelsea either.
Right. They can't score the ball like it.
Like what other like elite
point guard
in W history was scoring the ball like Chelsea is? Like I really had to think about it. And I'm not trying to diss any other great point guard that came in W history, because I think they all played a significant role as far as growing the game, but like I think Chelsea is by far the best scoring point guard the league has ever seen.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Oh God. What you gotta say, Wally?
This man Paulo on camera.
Hey guys.
Yeah, Wally, they ain't trying to see the knees, buddy.
To give a player, Ruthie
Ruthie Bolton.
yeah.
I'll give her that. She was a pretty good scorer. I mean, she went Chelsea in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No, but of course I wanted to get some takes off real quick about Unrivaled, if y'all don't mind.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Of course, I agree with everything you guys said, especially free throws. Hey, let's count 1 point. 1 point. In the discussion. Of course, getting rest before the championship game, all that stuff. Big shout out to Brendan, of course. Everybody that's been rocking. For me, that was my first episode to help produce. To start producing for the show.
It was your first episode
Yeah.
with us. I forgot about that, yo. Go ahead.
But shout out to Brendan because for him to come on the show, give us some insight of how he got there, what to expect, things of that nature. Like, he didn't have to do that. So definitely want to give him a shout out.
For sure.
And hopefully we can get him back to get the after show.
Yeah.
But also everybody that was a part of this league, I think, like you said, everybody should be better. They're like, from a conditioning standpoint, from a one-on-one, being able to maneuver from a one-on-one standpoint, being able to score. Of course, we saw Angel working with Lisa Leslie, which hopefully that translates. So, it started to translate over in Unrivaled, and now we just wanted to translate over for this season.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, with all the movement, all the trades, like, we got to see a lot of things happen within these 2 months, 2.5 months. We got to see a lot of stuff happen, and like you said, it should only get better from here. So shout out to Unrivaled. This was definitely a successful first season, and definitely can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm with you.
Agreed.
I agree with you. Wally just popped up with his takes.
Right.
We appreciate you, Wally.
We've been trying to get this man to get on screen for like the longest, man. This man finally popped up.
All right, I'll hang up and listen.
All right, man.
Nah, but I do want to give a shout out specifically to 2 players outside of Chelsea Gray. Angel Reese. She really improved. Like, and we kind of predicted that she would, but I think she actually improved more than I thought she would in a very short period of time. And I just want to give her kudos, because that's nothing but her. Like, it takes work to do additional work outside of just your, regular practice time, etc. We saw her on the court with Lisa. We saw her getting in work with her coach. Like, we saw her work throughout the season, and it was apparent in her game. So I'm excited to see how season 2 goes for her. That's number 1. But also, low-key, Ray Burrell was hooping.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people didn't know about Ray Burrell, but they know now. Like, she bag, like, I knew she was solid, but her bag actually surprised me a little bit. So I think that this league is such a great opportunity for players like Ray and players like, other players that may not get the notoriety that they deserve. Like, people could truly see their bag. So I just wanted to shout those 2 out.
I'm with you. I agree with everything y'all said. I ain't got too much to say about Unrivaled. I said everything I really had to say about it. Just pretty much want them to expand the rosters, figure out that, and then the rule changes y'all talked about. But that's about it, man. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it a lot. 2 months with the hoops, and but you know what's crazier? We like under 60 days to get to the W season. That's what's nuts. Like, it's right around the corner, so I'm excited about that.
And that reminded me that means my birthday in less than 60 days.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are y'all still addressing the UConn fans?
The only thing I have to say to UConn fans is I'm y'all biggest hater now. And the Ivy League schools got more teams in than the Big East.
They do. They got 3 teams in. The Big East got 2.
Amen. That is all.
Yeah, I'm starting to be one. I'm starting to be one of y'all biggest haters too. Right after low, because Go ahead. Jay, don't
Fuck
start.
y'all.
What I do? What I do? I didn't do nothing. Go ahead.
I mean, it's just simple. Fuck y'all. That's all I gotta say. That's all what it is, man.
Straight that,
I mean, for real though, like they always so quick. It's like I've said it before. Like y'all are so quick to come on our Twitter pages and attack the woman first.
They
Y'all
do.
ever have smoke for the men? And the funny thing is, we actually agree with everything that Lo be saying, or majority of the other things that Lo be saying. So if y'all got smoke for her, then y'all got to have smoke for all of us. But y'all don't ever, let's be real, y'all don't want it with me because y'all saw what happened a couple weeks ago. So I would advise y'all to not go there with me. But hey, just keep that same energy, man. You know, whenever we are right about our predictions and stuff, man. Oh yeah, pull up that clip, Wiley, since people want to act like we hate UConn.
Have a player that won, National Player of the Year as a freshman. I'm not going against her. So I think that they can make it to the Final Four. I think that Paige is going to turn up another notch because we saw what she did last year. She kind of coasted through the regular season. And then last year she turned the fuck up when it was go time. So I'm wondering if that's going to be that same, the same thing she does this year. And of course, it's going to be a chip on her shoulder. Like, she wants to get a championship. All the greats that played at UConn have a championship. Paige does not.
Yep. She does not.
And you want to know what's so crazy? Like, Lo was actually higher on UConn than me.
I said they would make it to the Final Four. This is before the bracket
Exactly.
came out. I literally said they would make it to the Final
did.
Four.
You did.
I ain't got to go to the Final Four, respectfully.
People just be yapping. Like, they just be yapping to yap. It's a clip. We only have a certain amount of seconds to get the information out there. Like, and that's why even in the clip, that's why I literally made sure I clipped the part that said, this is no slight to UConn. And then I start talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my fault y'all haven't won in 10 years and y'all want us to still remember the glory days. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, right. We don't do it with Tennessee.
Yeah, Stewie is not coming through that door.
Right. Like I'm not saying, like, I was never saying that Gino hasn't had a hand in pushing the game forward, but y'all sending me bullshit about him letting coaches watch his practice. What the hell that got to do with anything? Who cares? The coaches that watch his practice, look what they're doing. Corey Close literally took her 3 fucking games before she sent the double team to Juju. So what are you showing off? Like, how is that pushing the game forward? Like, again, UConn is a huge staple in the women's basketball the college women's basketball community, period. Like, I don't know why y'all get so offended when I big up other people. Like, just because I'm bigging up Don doesn't mean that UConn didn't do it previously, but this ain't y'all decade. Y'all have not won in 10 years. Why are we still going to be talking about UConn? Just because y'all on y'all knees for them don't mean I got to be doing the same thing. And that's okay. I still think I still think that they can possibly get to the Final Four. Like, I'm not saying that they suck. I am saying that their conference schedule is trash. I am saying that they're too good of a team, too good of a program to be playing in the Big East, and that's just a fact. So again, I like basketball in general. Like, y'all know I have the people that I like. Like, of course, I like Jew. I just like certain guards that are just super athletic. Those are the kind of guards that I like to watch play. So those are the guards that I enjoy and I typically talk about. However, it's really no beef with any of these teams because guess what? They babies to me. They kids. You think I'm a hate on a 19 and 18-year-old? Come on, bro. It's hoops. Like, y'all take it too seriously. Like, it's hoops at the end of the day. And just because I'm not big enough the people that you like don't mean that I have beef with them or I don't like them. Like, come on. Nobody wants to watch Georgetown and fucking UConn play.
They don't. Lamar, that's what I be saying. We don't say that shit about Tennessee, man. Like, Tennessee fans don't be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody.
We ain't said we don't. They're not a powerhouse right now. They used to be. You know what I'm saying? Fucking UConn. I only had one child the last time they won. Like, it's long. Shit.
Like, we're in a whole nother decade. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
Like, win this year, and then we will talk about y'all next year. Like, that's all you got to do is win. Stop living from what UConn did when Rebecca Lobo was there. Stop.
I hate it so much. That's the only thing I got against y'all.
And
You
that's
know
how
what I'm
y'all
saying?
insecure because Lamar's right. Like Tennessee ain't doing that. No other fan base doing that but y'all. It's pathetic.
It is pathetic. It
Exactly.
really is.
And like I said, if we keeping it a buck, Pat's a better coach than Gino. So what are we talking about? He's not the GOAT of coaching. What are we talking about?
Oh God, we about to go viral again. But I
Yeah,
agree.
Don't care, because guess what?
But,
if any of y'all see me in person, y'all not doing nothing.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. But also, just real quick, I actually just thought of this, man.
yeah.
That guy.
Hey, hold on. Lowe's nostrils flaring up, boys.
I was like, these people be irritating, bro, because they won't say none of this. They literally won't say none of this to me. I guarantee you that.
No, they wouldn't. No, they definitely would. Her nose is smoke coming out and shit.
Like,
boy.
see, this is why I don't need to be on playback when UConn play USC.
I hear that.
Oh my
But no, just real quick. This is just a message to that guy because Jay had put out a tweet saying Paige. I think he said Paige wasn't like first team or something like that.
I said her play. Yeah, her play this year wasn't first team All American in my eyes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She had a good season. She got 50, 40, 90 type shit, but she's not. Her play is. I don't think it's her best season. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they was mad about that.
Right, but I'm just talking to one particular guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name, but he got a little podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go check it out, I guess. But he better watch himself.
Oh, he got a podcast?
Yeah, he got a podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say is he watch yourself.
And that's the thing. I don't even really like addressing y'all, but I'm not going to do it on the timeline because I'm not about to argue back and forth on the timeline. I
don't have time for that.
I got a whole kid. Like, I'm too old for that. You know what I'm saying?
I mute that shit right away.
I'm too old for that. Like, I'm not about to be arguing about hoops with people that's frontal lobe that's not even fully developed. Like, stop it. I'm not arguing with 16 and 17-year-olds. Like, stop it.
If you can't rent a car, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Exactly. Without having to pay the extra fee because you ain't 26.
Yeah, right. If you can't rent a car, I'm not going in a back and forth with you. Period. It's not gonna happen.
Exactly. And listen, this week I just been blocking, bro. Like I literally have haven't seen me get no back and forth. I just been blocking
and muting. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. You're not even coming with no substance.
Listen,
man,
on a high note, we got to talk real quick. We got to talk about Asia's shoe dropping.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Shout out to A.
May 8th. May 8th.
Also, just real quick, shout out to South Carolina, man. Y'all showed up for the hometown hero. And that line wrapped around the building. Everybody showed up, man. I'm a little jealous, man. Everybody got their A1s early, but I guess I'll wait another couple months. But shout out to South Carolina.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it just feels like this doesn't just feel like a shoe. It feels like a cultural movement, right? And y'all know I be on my Afrocentric shit. But like dead ass, like this is such a huge moment for Black people, but also specifically Black women, because this has not happened since Cheryl Swoops in the 90s. Like this is such an accomplishment for Asia and her family and people that personally know her. But like just as a Black woman, I just feel like a sense of pride to know that it's a young girl out here that is going to look at Asia and say, I can be her too because she looks like me. Like even me growing up, I didn't have, outside of people in my family, I didn't have a lot of like role models that looked like me. And so it's just so like amazing to see that these young girls have such a positive role model. And then when you just think about what it means historically, like she's doing this, a young girl from South Carolina that grandma couldn't even walk on the campus that she has a statue in front of. And now she has a signature shoe, not even just a signature shoe, a signature collection. My grandma used to pick cotton in fucking South Carolina. Like, do y'all get the importance of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, the city came out. I love how South Carolina loves on her and she loves them back. Like, a lot of people, they don't get that same love from where they from. Y'all saw what happened with Nipsey. Y'all saw what happened with Young Dolph. They killed them in their own cities. Like, South Carolina, the community, they love on Asia. And just as someone, as a Black person and as a Black woman, it's our job to not let her fail. It's our job to make sure that everything that she sells is being sold out. It's our job to make sure that, you know, we help her meet her numbers, because guess what? They are looking at this as an example of, hey, if Asia fails, why would we give another Black woman this opportunity? Right?
Yes.
So this is more important than just Asia having a shoe. And I want people to understand that. Like, I'm just so, like, I'm proud. Like, I know the girl personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a proud moment. So I can't imagine, like, how
You
she
talk to her
feels,
enough.
you know, her and how her loved one feels. So just shout out to Asia. Shout out to Nike. They made us wait long enough. But damn it, if this ain't a good rollout, I ain't never seen no rollout like this.
No, it's a good rollout.
Hell of a
really
rollout.
good.
And just
It's really
last thing,
good.
shout out to the hoodies having a satin in it. Because if you a black girl, if you know, you know. Or if you just got hair in general, y'all know
Man,
too.
I want me a satin hoodie. I want me a satin hoodie.
If you know, you just know. I just love the blackness of the whole thing. So yeah, just shout out to Asia, man.
Definitely shout out to you. Fuck all you haters. Fuck all you haters, and one in particular out
That's
there.
where I was gonna go too, because I mean it's our job too to not let anybody talk down on her name or try to diminish her character. Like we all know who Asia is as a person, and it's really crazy how like y'all pulling tweets from like 2011, 2012.
Every time she do something
Man, I
positive,
was
Exactly.
I was talking crazy in high school, man.
Asia was a kid at that time. She was what 15, 16 at the time. And this is also how
I was talking reckless at 15.
But that's the thing as well. Like this is exactly how I know a lot of y'all did not join social media till like probably like in the more recent years, or y'all a little bit young. Because if you had Twitter back in like the early 2010s, everybody was talking fucking crazy.
Reckless.
Nobody had a filter back then.
That's
like
why
it wasn't as
that's
sensitive.
what I was saying, Nick. That was kind of light. I didn't say everything was good, but it was bad. Like if my tweets were being able to be pulled up, y'all would have been got me up out of here.
Man,
same here, honestly. I ain't
you hear me? Reckless.
Listen, that was like that 2000. Like this was before when Asia tweeted it, but that 2008, 2009 Twitter days, man, they were some wild days.
Reckless. You hear me?
Days on there. Yeah,
it was reckless. It definitely
like
was.
You can say some crazy shit. People be like, "Damn, you wild," but then just move on. Now,
exactly.
That's it. It wasn't none of this canceling shit. It was just, oh, you a wild boy, and just laugh it off and kept on scrolling.
Like I said, Asia was 15, 16. It's like she was probably just having fun. She probably wasn't thinking twice about exactly what she tweeted, but I'm not going to judge her character off of what she tweeted 13 years ago. Does she probably regret it? I'm sure she probably does, but that doesn't determine the person that she is today. Asia Wilson's grown so much since then, not only as a basketball player, but as a person. And I think that we've seen that throughout, her whole evolution. So like, I like how all the haters are trying their best to try to diminish her name, diminish her character, but just keep trying, man, because it's really not working.
It ain't gonna work at all. And listen, Nike don't give a damn what y'all talking about because they're clearly still going along with this shit.
Bro, people stood in line for 3 hours in South Carolina, and all they walked away with was an Asia emblem keychain, and they was happy as hell. Like that's motion. You stood in line for 3 hours and you left with a fucking keychain, and you happy about that? Like they just needed a part of whatever she was doing that day, and I love that. Like. It's some things like some motion that you just can't curate. This is just organic. It's authentic. Like Nipsey used to say, like authenticity is something that you can't fake. You know what I'm saying? You just can't fake that. Like, and we can see who she truly is. And so that's just what it is. We're not going to let her fail. So keep hating. Keep nothing tweets. Guess what? I don't give a shit what she said. I'm still buying the shoe.
Absolutely.
I'm getting in line early. What is it, May 10th when they drop or something like that?
Hey, they're already on the sneakers app already too. If you want to put your notifications,
that's because I didn't notify me.
They're on there
early.
Hey,
and I'm
listen,
getting my baby a pair.
Hey, listen, listen. If you join our bracket challenge, you fuck around and win. That's a $50 gift card towards that. If you want to. Hey, Wiley, drop the link in the chat before we get up out of here, man. But this was a fun ass episode. I really enjoyed it. I knew today was gonna be fun. We had a lot to talk about, just like UA is doing. Like Under Armour. Is that what you mean by UA? Is that who you're talking about? UA?
Yeah.
I guess I have no idea what you're talking about, Lamar.
I think he is talking about Under Armour.
Okay.
Which was created in Maryland, by the way. Shout out to College Park.
It is definitely out there. It definitely is. But man, shout out to everybody up in here, man. About 460 of y'all up in here, man. Go hit the link to join the challenge. Remember, you got to subscribe to the YouTube and the show.
And we will be checking. I will be checking. How about that?
Oh, we'll definitely be checking. And guess what? If you do win, you will have to DM me. You got to DM one of us on the show page to get your winning. So I would know if you're following. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna be checking. Okay, so definitely do that.
Tell me the rules again, Jay.
The rules is you gotta follow. You gotta subscribe to the YouTube channel. You gotta follow the Best Damn W Show on Twitter. If you don't do that, listen, you got enough time. First of all, let's just start there. You got enough time to do that. So if you do win, and we ain't who check? Oh, I'm about to say that's not mine. I don't even nothing popping up on my damn Twitter.
Be like, show over.
Right, show over. These are the rules right here for y'all. There you go. You got time. And if you win and you're not following and subscribe to the YouTube channel, I will go to the next person. That's just how simple it's gonna be. I'm not gonna be wasting no time. But man, I enjoyed this. It was fun. Anything else before y'all get about it here?
Shout out to March Madness, man. This
because the next time we come on here, some of the games will be played.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. Next time we see y'all. So man, I hope y'all brackets don't be fucked up over the weekend. I hope y'all enjoy it. I got plans,
also,
man.
We'll be on playback at some point in time, but we'll send that out so y'all just look for it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna pick the games out, man. So I was definitely trying to get Notre Dame. I got too much adulting to do, so I'm not gonna be able to get there. So it's all good.
Also, if you in Maryland this weekend, I'll be at the UMD versus Norfolk State game covering that. So come say what's up.
Please say what's up to her.
Even if you're a UConn fan, you got something to say, which I know y'all won't.
Yeah,
I will say this caveat: I don't hate all UConn fans, but most of y'all, it's just not good.
I don't hate y'all, but y'all just insane. South Carolina too, Jay. South Carolina. Huh?
What y'all talking about for the playback?
South
16 and Elite 8 next week. What days is that on? That's quick as shit. What day is that on? Maybe we should do a playback for those.
Damn. Oh, they are doing the first 2 rounds this weekend. So yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, we'll let y'all know about that shit, man. Let's get up out of here, man. I gotta get to bed. I got baseball to watch in the morning.
This guy. Good night, y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. We out.